Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today, and today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 15th of March 2023. So as usual, first of all we'll see the current affairs for today. After that we'll come to our revision session in which we are doing the current affairs for the month of January, and this is part 7 in this series, okay? And after that we will come to our category wise revision session, and today's topic is days and themes. We'll be revising all the important days and themes from the month of January, and after that there would be a quiz session at last. Fine. So let's start. First question says, which state's governor returned the prohibition of online gambling bill passed by the state cabinet? So governor of Tamil Nadu state, Mr. R.N. Ravi, has returned to the state government the Tamil Nadu Prohibition of Online Gambling and Regulation of Online Gaming Bill that has been passed by the Assembly. Okay? And it was cited that the House did not have the legislative competence to frame it, and State Cabinet has decided to table the bill once again, which intends to ban online gambling in the state of Tamil Nadu. And as we know that Article 200 of Indian Constitution says that if a bill is passed by the House second time with or without any amendment and presented to the governor for assent, then the governor shall not withhold assent. Means he has to pass it no matter what. Okay. So this state is Tamil Nadu. Now talking about the governor of states, Article 152 to Article 162 of Indian Constitution talks about the governor, and Article 153 says that there shall be a governor for each state, provided that nothing this article shall prevent the appointment of the same person as governor for 2 or more states. Means one person can be a governor for 2 or more states. Okay. Then 154 talks about the executive power of state. 155 talks about the appointment of governor, means how the governor shall be appointed. Then 156 talks about the term of office of the governor. After that 157 talks about the qualification for the appointment as a governor, and 158 says the conditions of the governor's office. What are the certain conditions of governor's office? For example, the governor shall not be a member of either House of Parliament or of a house of the legislature of any state specified in the first schedule. And also the governor shall not hold any other office of profit. So these are the different conditions of being a governor. After that 159 says the oath or affirmation by the governor, and 160 talks about the discharge of the functions of the governor in the certain contingencies. Then 161 talks about the power of governor. What are the power of governor? To grant pardon, etc., and how he can suspend, remit or commute the sentences in certain cases. Then 162 says about the extent of executive power of state. Okay. Now as we know that recently the governors have been reshuffled, and also the new appointments have been made by the President Draupadi Murmu. So you have to tell me who is the current governor of Sikkim state, and also who is the lieutenant governor of Ladakh Union Territory. These two questions are homework for you. Do let me know in the comment section. Next question is, which country hosted the third session of the National Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction? So India hosted the third session of the National Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction at New Delhi, and over 1200 subject expert practitioners, academicians and delegates deliberated upon various cross-cutting issues on disaster risk reduction based on the 10-point agenda on the disaster risk reduction that is given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, so India has hosted the third session of the National Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction. Next is, which Union Ministry implements the Swadesh Darshan 2.0 program? So this program is the revamped version of Swadesh Darshan scheme, and it was launched by the Union Ministry of Tourism to create theme-based tourist circuit across India. And nearly 30 cities from different 15 states are shortlisted to be developed as sustainable and responsible destination under this Swadesh Darshan 2.0 program. And these include, for example, Dwarka and Dholavira in the state of Gujarat, Kolva and Porvorim, and Nalanda and Gaya in the state of Bihar. Okay, so Swadesh Darshan 2.0 program is implemented by Ministry of Tourism. Next is NASA's Curiosity Rover recently captured the crepuscular rays on which particular planet? So NASA's Curiosity Rover has recently captured the crepuscular rays on the planet Mars for the very first time, and this rover captured the view when the sun illuminated the cumulus clouds. And when the atmosphere contains the dry particles like dust and smoke, light from the sun rising or setting can scatter, resulting in the formation of the sunbeams, which are known as the crepuscular rays. Fine. And these rays pass through openings in the clouds or between the object. Fine. So recently these rays have been found to be on the planet Mars, and it has been found with the help of NASA's Curiosity Rover. You can also be asked that Curiosity Rover belongs to which country? So answer would be USA. Now talking about the country USA, atmospheric rivers are expected to bring heavy rain, flooding and heavy snowfall in this country. So atmospheric river is a narrow and elongated region in the atmosphere that carries a substantial amount of water vapor outside the tropics. And also it is known as tropical plume, tropical connection, moisture plume and the cloud band. So atmospheric rivers can be thousands of kilometers long, and they can transport the water vapor that is equivalent to the average flow of water at the mouth of Mississippi River. So currently California is bracing for the arrival of atmospheric river, which are expected to bring heavy rain, flooding and heavy snowfall there. So you can be asked that atmospheric rivers are expected to bring heavy rain, flooding and heavy snowfall in which country? Answer would be US. Next is, as per a recent report, economic, social and environmental factors like climate change are the primary reasons for which process. So according to a report, short distance migration accounts for the most significant proportion of global migratory movement. And the report states that economic, social and environmental factors like climate change are the primary reasons behind the short distance relocation in the most migratory movement. So the study focused on inhabitants of dry lands in India and parts of Africa like Ghana, Kenya and Namibia. Okay, so your correct answer would be migration. These factors can lead to migration. Next is Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, that is SOFIA, is a joint project between USA and which other country? So SOFIA was a telescope that was mounted on Boeing 747 SP aircraft that used the infrared light to observe the universe. And it is a joint effort between NASA and the German Aerospace Center, and it was cancelled in 2022 because of its high cost and inadequate scientific output. Okay, so for the first time now, oxygen 18 was detected in the Earth's mesosphere and in lower thermosphere using the data collected by the Great Instrument on the SOFIA Observatory. And this is the first time that the heavy oxygen has been detected outside a laboratory. Fine. So this SOFIA is a joint project between USA and Germany. Similarly, we have talked about NISAR yesterday. NISAR is a joint project between NASA and ISRO. You have to write the full form of NISAR in the comment section. Now, if we talk about the layers of the atmosphere, the first layer is troposphere, in which we live. Second is stratosphere, in which there is an ozone layer present. The third layer is mesosphere, and the final layer is thermosphere. And thermosphere is further divided in two parts. First is ionosphere and the second is exosphere. Okay. Next is Madhei Wildlife Sanctuary, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which Indian state or the Union Territory. So this sanctuary is a protected area in the Western Ghats of South India that is situated near Valpoi in northern Goa. And the sanctuary is being considered to be designated as a tiger reserve due to the presence of Bengal tigers here. Okay. So it is administered by the Goa State Forest Department, and the Madhei Wildlife Sanctuary is currently engulfed in the forest fire. That's why it is in news. Okay. So this wildlife sanctuary lies in the state of Goa. Next is, which country launched the new Women and the Girls strategy on International Women's Day? So on the occasion of International Women's Day, UK has launched new Women and the Girls strategy. And the plan focuses on promoting gender equality globally, and it commits the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office to dedicate over 80% of its bilateral aid programs towards gender equality by the end of 2030. And the plan aims to combat gender-based violence, empower women and the girls, champion their health and rights, and also to increase the education opportunities for the girls. Fine. So UK has launched this new Women and the Girls strategy on International Women's Day. We observe International Women's Day on 8th of March every year. And this year, what is the theme? Many times I have told you, it is Digit All, Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. Okay. Next is, which state launched the Mukhyamantri Ladli Behna Yojana? So the state government of Madhya Pradesh has launched a new scheme called Mukhyamantri Ladli Behna Yojana to empower the women financially. And under the scheme, women who are aged between 23 to 60 years with an annual family income of less than 2.5 lakh rupees, or you can say less than 5 acres of land, will receive 1000 rupees per month. And the funds under the scheme will be distributed from 10th of June 2023. Okay. So this scheme belongs to the state of Madhya Pradesh. Next is, India launched the Education Qualification Recognition Mechanism with which country? So this is basically Australia-India Educational Qualification Recognition Mechanism, and it is a newly launched bilateral arrangement that allows the degrees obtained in Australia to be recognized in India and vice versa. Okay. So basically it covers online courses as well, and it was finalized recently by the education ministers of India and Australia. However, professional registration of engineering, medicine and the law graduates will remain outside the ambit of this agreement. Fine. So which two countries are associated with Education Qualification Recognition Mechanism? These countries are India and Australia. Next is, which article enables the citizens to approach the Supreme Court if they believe that their fundamental rights have been denied? So this is Article 32 of the Indian Constitution, and it grants the citizens the power to approach the Supreme Court to obtain justice if they believe that their fundamental rights have been denied. So Apex Court of India recently clarified that Article 32 is meant to provide remedies for the enforcement of the right and not for the challenging of the earlier judgments. Okay. So Article 32 basically empowers you to approach the Supreme Court if you believe that your fundamental rights have been denied. What are the fundamental rights? Basically, these are the basic human rights that have been enshrined in the Constitution of India, which are guaranteed to all the citizens. And how many fundamental rights we have? There are 6 fundamental rights. First is right to equality. Second is right to freedom. Third is right against exploitation. Fourth is right to freedom of religion. Then fifth is cultural and educational rights, and last one is right to constitutional remedies, that is article number 32. And Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar calls the article number 32 as the heart and the soul of Indian constitution. This question is very, very important. Many a time it has been asked in your polity segment. Right to equality is from 14 to 18. Then article number 19 to 22 talks about right to freedom. There are two articles regarding right against exploitation, 23 and 24 only. Right to freedom of religion is from 25 to 28. Then two articles are for cultural and educational rights, 29 and 30. And right to constitutional remedies is article number 32. There was one more fundamental right in the constitution named as right to property, but later on it was removed from the list of fundamental rights by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, and now it is a legal right and not a fundamental right. Okay. Last question is, which city hosted the meeting of the Chief Justices of the Supreme Courts of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization? So the 18th meeting of the Chief Justices of the Supreme Courts of the member states of Shanghai Cooperation Organization was held in New Delhi, India. And the first meeting was held in 2006 at Shanghai, while the last edition was held in Dushanbe. So the 18th meeting involved interactions between the Chief Justices from the member or observer states and the representatives from SCO Secretariat and SCO Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, that is RATS. Okay. So New Delhi has hosted the meeting of the Chief Justices of the Supreme Courts of SCO. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with our revision session, in which we are doing the current affairs revision for the month of January 2023, and this is part 7 in this series. So today we'll be doing the questions from 91 up to question number 105. Let's start. Which Indian state is the birthplace of the modern day polo, the Sagol Kangjei? This is the state Manipur. So what happened is Union Home Minister Amit Shah unveiled a 120 feet tall statue of a polo player riding a pony at Marjing Polo Complex in Imphal, because Manipur is considered the birthplace of this game polo. Which city is the host of Adi Shaurya Parv Parakram Ka, a military tattoo and tribal dance festival? This is New Delhi. New Delhi has hosted this festival at its Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, and it basically showcased the competence of the armed forces and the beauty of India's tribal culture. So Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Tribal Affairs jointly organized this particular event. Who's the first Indian tennis player to win a WTA singles title? This is Sania Mirza. Sania Mirza became the first Indian to win a WTA singles title in the year 2005. And why she was in news? Because recently she has announced her retirement from the professional tennis. Which Indian state is the host of the Purple Fest, the first inclusive festival for the persons with disabilities? This is Goa state. Goa has organized the Purple Fest, which is the first inclusive festival for the PWD, and it celebrated the lives and achievements of PWDs, and it served as a platform to increase awareness towards the inclusion of such persons in the society. Deeper Beel is the only Ramsar site of which Indian state? Answer is Assam. It lies in the state of Assam, and recently it recorded nearly 26,000 birds of 97 different species during a recent bird count. Basically, you can understand it as a bird survey has been conducted here. That's why Deeper Beel is in news, and it lies in the state of Assam. Next is Kumarkom and Bipur, which were selected under the Swadesh Darshan 2.0 scheme, are located in which Indian state? So Kumarkom lies in Kottayam and Bipur lies in Kozhikode. Means both of these places lie in the state of Kerala. Basically, they have been selected for the development under the Swadesh Darshan 2.0 scheme. That's why it was in news. Centralized Receipt and Processing Center and Integrated Ombudsman Scheme are related to which institution? Answer would be Reserve Bank of India. Basically, Reserve Bank of India told that the volume of complaints received by the Ombudsman scheme in the year 2021 to 22 increased by 9.39%. What is the theme of the National Science Day 2023? We observe this day on 28th of February every year, and this year the theme was Global Science for Global Well-Being. Okay. Which institution launched a new system to measure and grade hospital performance under Ayushman Bharat Prime Minister Jan Arogya Yojana? This is the National Health Authority. It is now introducing a new system to measure and grade hospital performance under this Yojana. Which Union Ministry issued advisory to television channels on reportage of violence? This is Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. They have issued an advisory to television channels against the reporting incident of accidents, deaths and the violence, which include the violence against women, children and the elderly. Okay. Next is, which airport of India won the second rank in the Cirium list of top performing global airports of 2022? So as per the list of the top performing global airports of 2022, Haneda Airport of Tokyo, Japan was ranked at the first position, and the Bangalore's Kempegowda International Airport was at the second rank, while Indira Gandhi International Airport was at the 7th rank, and it is from New Delhi. Here correct answer would be Kempegowda International Airport from Bangalore. Which state launched a dedicated platform for investors from the global diaspora to make investment in the state's startup? This is Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin launched the Global Tamil Angels platform of Startup Tamil Nadu, which is an investment platform for Tamil diaspora. Michael D.B. Patra, whose term was recently extended, serve in which organization? Answer would be Reserve Bank of India. And central government has extended the tenure of M.D. Patra as Deputy Governor of RBI for 1 more year. So basically he took over as Deputy Governor of RBI in January 2020. USA announced the $100 million to which neighboring country of India for flood recovery and reconstruction aid? So US has announced an additional $100 million to the country Pakistan for its recovery and reconstruction effort. Surya Kumar Yadav, who was seen in the news recently, is associated with which sport? So he is associated with cricket. And why he was in news? Because he has become the fastest player to reach 1500 runs in the T20 international cricket in terms of balls faced. Okay. So he took only 843 balls to reach this landmark. Fine. So he is associated with cricket. So these are the next 15 questions from the month of January, and tomorrow we'll continue it from here. That means we'll cover the questions from 106 up to 120, and with this we will cover 50% of our January revision current affairs, because in total there are 240 questions. Now let's start with our category wise revision current affairs, in which today's topic is days and themes. First is, what is the theme of the official Government of India calendar for 2023? So this year the theme for the official Government of India calendar is Naya Varsh Naye Sankalp. What is the theme of International Mountain Day 2022? We observe this day on 11th of December every year, and this year the theme was Women Move Mountains. What is the theme of the World Soil Day 2022? So World Soil Day is observed on 5th of December, and in 2022 the theme was Soils Where Food Begins. What is the theme of the World AIDS Day 2022? We observe this day on 1st of December, and this year the theme was Equalize. Unite Activism to End Violence Against Women and the Girls is the theme of which international day? So this was the theme for International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. And now you have to tell me, when do we observe this day? What is the theme of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit 2023? So for 2023, the theme for SCO Summit is Secure SCO. What is the theme of the World Children's Day 2022? We observe this day every year on 20th of November, and this year the theme is inclusive for every child. Next is, what is the theme of the World Toilet Day 2022? So we observe this day every year on 19th of November, and this year the theme was making the invisible visible. Okay. What is the theme of the UNESCO's World Philosophy Day 2022? So this year the theme was the human of the future, and we observe this day every year on the third Thursday of November month, and in the year 2022 it falls on 17th of November. Okay, so if you're asked that when do we observe the World Philosophy Day, 17th November would never be the answer. Answer would be the third Thursday of November month. So these are the few important days and themes that you have to remember from the past 4 months, and tomorrow we'll do the topic important inaugurations, the things that have been recently inaugurated. Fine. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meeruza Hatsana signing off.